Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're looking at Chime versus Capital One, which is the best credit card to use. We're going to go over the pros and cons of both so you know which one is right for you. So make sure you stay till the end so you get all this information. So if you're looking for a secured credit card, we're going to talk about which one you should use. We're going to the secured credit card, and then we're going to take a look at Capital One credit card, see which one is best, and then get a final verdict. So what is a secured credit card before we start? That's a credit card that typically requires collateral, namely a cash deposit, to open. And the minimum deposit for a secured card can vary depending on who it is. So you might be able to open a secured card with $50, $100, $200, it depends. Your deposit usually doubles as your credit limit, so if you open a secured credit card with a $200 deposit, you have a $200 limit to start. And just to answer that, to make sure you understand, you can take a look at different credit factors as well, such as payment history, credit utilization, credit age, credit mix, and inquiries. And we also talked about the Chime Credit Builder as well. So let's take a look at the Capital One Platinum Credit Card. What does that do? What are the pros and cons of it? The Capital One Platinum Secured Credit Card is designed for people who are rebuilding your credit, and you can apply for this card if you're trying to establish credit in your name for the first time. There's a few features to know about this. They have no annual fees, $49, $99, or $200 minimum. Secure deposit is required, so you do have to put some down. Deposits are refundable for eligible customers, and you get more spending power with automatic credit line reviews, and it's flexible payment and due dates. One thing is Capital One does check your credit. So if you're saying, okay, I'm going to open up a credit card, but I have bad credit, you probably want to go with Chime to build that up. If you want to go with Capital One, you want to make sure that you have some decent credit. You have a high credit score, or a reasonable one. So when you apply for the Platinum Credit Secured Credit Card, if you have no credit history at all, you're going to find it difficult to get approved, and they may say no. The initial credit limit is $200, and you can raise that by $1,000 by depositing more money. So that's what you start off with, and you can keep building that. As you make purchases, pay them off. You can build credit with major credit bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. Keep in mind that both of them, Chime and Capital One, report to all three credit bureaus, and whatever card you get, regardless, you're going to want to make payments on time. You have to make sure of that. And Capital One can refund your deposit and upgrade you to an unsecured platinum card if you consistently pay on time. And you also get free credit monitoring through Capital One CreditWise, which is nice. The Capital One secured credit card also can help you build credit over time, but it's not right for everyone, and you need to consider some things about this card. The regular value APR for purchases is relatively high, so carrying a monthly balance to month can be costly. You won't pay an annual fee or foreign transaction fees, but you might pay a penalty for APR for late or missed payments. So if you're going to make late payments, or you have some late payments, you could pay a penalty as well. That being said, if you're building credit, the best thing to do is always make sure you pay on time. There is a hard credit check to apply, and a new inquiry can ding your credit score. So keep that in mind. That's probably the biggest one. If your credit's low or you're having issues with your credit, this is going to be something that may be difficult, because if you have an established credit or your credit's bad, this can come back on you. And you'll need at least $49 to make your initial deposit, though you may need to deposit up to $200 instead. That will depend. And high credit utilization can hurt your credit score. This card doesn't earn rewards either, which again is a bit unusual for secured credit cards. You do get some nice features though. And similar to Chime's Credit Builder, you have access to online and mobile account management, card lock, and account alerts. So that is nice. While you don't get any rewards or anything, there is ways to monitor it. And some important things to remember is that paying your balance at time, whatever you do, the biggest thing I want to stress is paying on time is the best way to build your credit. Whether you go Capital One, Chime, or something else, that is the most important one. So we can see here a side-by-side comparison with Chime Credit Builder. There's no minimum deposit. Capital One, you need $49.99 or $200. Instant credit limit depends on how much you move from your Chime checking account, $200, and you may increase that to $1,000 with a larger deposit. No annual fees, no sign-up fees, no foreign transaction fees. APR is something to keep in mind with 22.99% for Capital One. You do not earn rewards on either. There is no credit check required. There is a hard credit check required. This is probably the biggest thing you have to keep in mind with your credit score if you're going to go with Capital One. and applicants needing a Chime checking account, qualifying direct deposits for other requirements. And it's not specified through Capital One, but they will probably look at your income, monthly housing, financial history, things like that. And you can build credit with all three major bureaus, with both of them. So, which one should you go for? Good credit is important to all of us to get a house, a car, to get essentials for life. I would say if you're taking a look at both of them, you have to inquire, what is my credit score like? Or do I have a credit score? If you don't have a credit score, Capital One may be difficult. You may get rejected. If you're looking to build your credit and you have established credit, you can try for Capital One. But make sure you're aware of the fees, the APR, and all that stuff. Now, if you don't have any credit established, you're looking to build it, Chime's Credit Card Builder is also a very good option. So you can take a look at both of these, see which one was right for you. I hope this information was helpful. If it was, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video.